radiofreebrooklyn.org.
Like won the game.
That's great.
Check.
It all started out as a drunken idea by a friend.
Can you guys hear yourselves?
I can hear myself.
I don't know. No, I can't hear anything.
Hold
I just
on.
hear you guys because
You can't hear yourself?
I can't hear myself. No.
Check.
Hello.
Slow right now for me. Hello. Check.
I mean,
Check. Oh, okay. Now I can hear myself. How about this? How about now?
Oh yeah. Well, I hear you now.
Yeah.
I hear both of you guys just fine.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I can hear you.
Ooh.
You can hear yourself?
I do hear myself. now.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody can hear everyone.
Everybody can hear
Huzzah.
themselves and everybody else. All right. And this is No Suggestion. I'm Ralph Jean Pierre.
Hello, I'm Jake Joseph.
Co-host Jake Joseph is here. And we have a wonderful guest today. Wait, I feel like I'm going to get your last name wrong. Irene. I want to say Irene Carroll, but that's not the right.
That's not right.
That's an actor from the 50s or 60s.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
50s.
Which?
She just passed
70?
away.
Oh, just?
Yeah.
People from the 50s are still alive?
Yeah, but she was
very
like
few.
from
Oh,
Fame.
shit.
She was from Fame.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking
I
of
wanna
Diane
live.
Carroll.
But that's not my first name.
Yes.
Put those two names together.
Oh,
And
okay.
you got
Irene Carroll and Diane Carroll. You got Irene Carroll.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yay.
well done. That was
Yes,
like
yes.
it was a mind meld of your own mind.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
No, that was a fun
exactly
journey.
what it was.
I've never even heard either of the names of those actresses before, so
We're from
Yeah.
a bygone era.
honestly, my cultural knowledge doesn't exist before 1990.
I was about to make a reference to what was the name of those games, those computer games where you ford the river?
Like
Like Oregon Trail.
Oregon
Yeah,
Trail.
Oregon Trail,
Do you
yeah,
know
yeah.
Oregon Trail?
I do know Oregon Trail.
Okay.
Yeah, because as a child in the 90s, we played them in our school's computer lab because
Yeah.
it was like
I
one of the
did
two
too.
Yeah.
video games that were on the computer. Yeah.
I played
Yeah.
Oregon Trail.
And you had to like die of dysentery.
Yeah. Did you guys ever
Or whatever.
so one of the very first versions of Microsoft Windows, you could put in a series of key commands and there were different games that would show like the window would turn into a game.
What?
I know if with Excel it was like a you were in like a little fighter pilot type thing and there was like little obstacles that you had to like go out of the way of.
I mean, it sounds
And-
like a movie.
Yeah, and it's like Tron level graphics. And
Yeah.
because like and Microsoft Word I think had a pinball
Or
game.
Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah,
You ever heard of that one? That's before the 90s.
Yeah,
So.
I haven't heard. Of
I
that
don't
one,
think I know.
but-
I've heard that name, but I don't know what that game is. The Flight of the Navigator.
It was, well, there was a few. There was like Daryl. That was another one. There was a lot of like
Carol.
children robotic situation, like sci-fis in the 80s.
Mhm.
Flight of the Navigator, I think, was the one where a kid had to like fire pilot into the universe. I don't know. I'd have to look that one up.
Oh.
Maybe there was a couple.
It sounds like the plot of an 80s movie.
Yeah. yeah.
I don't really like sci-fi
Mm.
or fantasy.
Oh,
I like
wow.
westerns, but I don't like I don't
I
like
would-
sci-fi or fantasy.
That's my like preferred genre.
Yeah.
I
A
don't want any-
western.
Yeah, no, sci-fi or
Oh.
fantasy. Like I don't want anything grounded in
I
reality.
feel like
Wow.
sci-fi and westerns are kind of married to each other, though.
Westerns have an earthiness and a grit and they can be stylized in a way.
Sure.
Westerns can be very much, as a genre, Westerns can be very much about performance. I don't think
Yeah.
sci-fi almost ever is about performance.
What?
I think it's all about story. Am I wrong?
There's a lot of performance.
I don't know. I would
going
say,
on.
like-
I know there are performances happening,
Yeah.
I would
but
say,
I don't
like,
think that's the lead of it. You know what I mean?
I mean, like in some ways, like Star Wars, I think took a lot of inspiration from like spaghetti westerns.
Yeah, I would
Um,
agree.
Yeah, and then also like I think like Christopher Nolan's Interstellar, I think like that was much more about performance than story.
That's true.
Um,
That's true.
yeah. So and like
I
things
love
like
that McConaughey meme of him crying.
yeah,
I love when that's misapplied, to different things.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But and I think he did a really good job in that movie of like creating a story that was so like emotionally resonant, that like you cared more about that than like kind of the space travel part of it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, they really did a good job of that. I don't know if you get how much you guys are film buffs or not. I'm iffy on Christopher Nolan. I'm not all in on Nolan.
I'm not a film buff either, so
okay. This is I'm spoiling for a fight, but it won't happen.
This sounds like we're ready to gamble.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, no more bets on Nolan. No more bets.
everybody, I'm out. I'm folding on Nolan. I don't know. I'm fine. I'm fine with his stuff, but I don't feel like it's like, but it's like he's the greatest, and I'm just like, I think he's okay. I think he's pretty good.
I mean, you can get by on pretty good.
You can get by on pretty good. I mean, solid, strong.
I mean, look, who are we comparing him to? Like, do we prefer like Aronofsky? Like,
I would put Aronofsky above
like
above Nolan,
right?
Not super high, but I would put him above Nolan. But like, I don't know.
I mean, are we talking about this like? There's like this more recent versus like Scorsese, you know?
I don't think he's near Scorsese. Okay, I want to know this. This is as good a place as any to start for both of you. What would you say if you could say your favorite, or just what comes to mind right now? One or two of you like these. This is a movie that I would put over almost anything.
Oh, you're talking about like
okay.
the movie above all movies.
Yeah, for you personally.
Oh, I see where you're going. Okay.
I don't know.
Could be like a Western, could be sci-fi, or
part
not.
of me is like, what movie would I probably be thoroughly the most entertained by just watching it over and over and over again?
Yeah.
And my mind is going to Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Wow.
I mean, they're amazing writers.
Yeah,
it's a
of
beautiful
course.
movie.
Or like Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Wow.
Well, and that's so
Yeah.
fun. That's like, those are both fun movies.
Who directed
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim?
Edgar Wright. He's
Yes.
my favorite director.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you very disappointed when he didn't do Ant-Man, or did you not
No,
care?
I didn't care. I didn't even know that he was up for Ant-Man, to be
God
honest.
damn it. I was very disappointed because
yeah.
I was like, he's the perfect director for that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I really like how
I mean, how
he's,
did
like,
that go?
dude-
They were like, sorry, bud. We're going a different way.
I'm perfect for this job.
You are?
Yes.
How do you know? Tell me how you know that you're perfect for
Well,
this job.
this is a job for an astrophysicist, and
Ant-Man is it? I mean, sure, but it's a comic book at the end of the day. We're just the masses.
We just need you to put on the costume and greet people as they come into the convention hall.
Yeah.
I need to know the actual science of becoming a man who can change sizes. I'm bringing that to the role.
Yeah, I don't even think Ant-Man has a good understanding of it. He's a comic book character, and it's kind of like gobbledygook nonsense what he says.
It's just words on a paper, friend. You know.
The science is real.
Look, hey, we want to give you the job because you're the only one whose
Look at
head
these
perfectly
notes.
fits inside the Ant-Man costume head. So, like, you got the job.
I mean,
you don't need to keep convincing
You have a
us.
great head for this costume.
How do you think that is? 3 weeks ago, my head was 3 inches larger in
Wider?
circumference. Yes.
Oh,
Well, I think something must be wrong with you.
I
then.
changed the size of my head.
wait. It shrunk. It's smaller now. Show me a picture.
Okay, first of all,
Wait, hold
this
on,
is a
you're-
before and after.
Oh my God, you used to look like a bobblehead.
What? That's so weird.
I had a very large head, which is good for an actor, but unless you're playing this role and you have to wear a very specifically sized helmet.
Yeah.
I got a lot of notes in my pocket, a lot of math that I taught myself in the last 7 months.
Okay, hey, you can
My
have
fingers.
fun with your math. You
yeah.
can have
and you're
just
hired. Did we say
Yeah.
you're hired?
put on the costume,
and
say welcome to the convention
Welcome
hall.
to the conventions.
Bathrooms are to the left
Yeah.
and concessions are to the right.
And-
That's all you got to do.
My life is about acting. My life
Great.
is
You
about
can-
the craft.
Hey, we've got lots of other very serious actors playing Thor and Black Widow and Black Panther and Black Canary. Why are they what? Why are they all named that?
Scarlet Witch? I don't know. It's a color.
Yeah, it's a color. That one. Yeah.
It's just a color to add.
Exactly. All those characters are based on color. There's not much you need to understand. But this is about ants. Look at these books.
Okay. Oh, they're these are massive books.
These are books about ants. I read these cover to cover.
Books are huge compared to
Ant-Man has nothing to do with actual ants. It's just like it's more of the physics stuff.
Shrinks down. Yes, he shrinks down to the size of ants, but he can communicate with ants, which is something I've taught myself to do.
I appreciate that. We are about to open the convention doors.
Yeah, you know what? How about we put you by the snack table and you can tell the ants to shoo away?
Yeah.
I've learned to eat food. Do you have a table? The table with the food on it.
The concession stand?
Yeah, the concession stand.
Yeah.
I've learned to eat my food and then regurgitate it with acid so that I can properly digest
don't do that in front of any of the guests. Don't do that at all.
We won't sell any merchandise.
I'll need a very high chair because I'll probably be shrinking in size.
All right,
during that. Beautiful. What was I going to say?
We're talking about our favorite director.
Yes. I don't want to lose this.
Don't lose it.
I have many other things I want to talk to you about, but I want to.
Well, I'm going to say I'm like a huge Kubrick fan. Huge.
Somebody was just talking to me about him the other day. Okay.
And so it's hard for me to say. There's several that I really love. But I'm probably going to say 2001 is one of my favorites that I could watch again and again.
I've never seen 2001. I've seen quite a few of his films, but I've never seen 2001.
I'm not sure if I've seen any Kubrick films.
I think it and like just to, some Greta Gerwig, just to, the fact that she like
opened Barbie
her
with
movie.
2001.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like literally freaked out when I saw that because it was such a marriage of like this very masculine concept, like pushing into the feminine element. I was blown away.
Interesting.
So I really did love Barbie too. But anyway, 2001 would be my first go-to. But I do love so much of his films anyway.
I would have preferred to see Barbie win Best Picture over Oppenheimer. And I liked Oppenheimer a lot.
I didn't see either of those movies.
You didn't Barbenheim?
No.
You didn't I Barbenheimer.
I actively do a lot of work to live under a rock and like shield myself
like
from a lot of pop culture. So like, yeah, I'm kind of just been blissfully ignorant. But,
I totally respect that.
That's fine. Yeah.
I Barbenheimered. And I thought really it was the best way to see both those movies.
I didn't do, I watched Oppenheimer later. I did see Barbie in the theaters, but I do say it's because I have my daughter. I couldn't spend that much time away.
Yeah, that's a good
my husband would be like, "You did what now?
That's a good.
Where are you?
6-7 hours. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Like she's crying and she misses you. And I'd be like, I know, I'm sorry.
It's so funny because we had so many things we wanted to talk to you about before the show.
Struggling to reach them and find them.
And we've spent the whole first 10 minutes just talking about random
it's perfect.
Pop culture. Yeah, our thoughts on pop culture.
I do remember. I want to say I'm going to see if I remember at the end of the show, I'll say my movie. What I first wanted to say is you came in here and said, "Oh, this is Radio Free Brooklyn." So we've never had anybody else on the show
that knows it,
that knows anything about the origin of this radio station where we do this show every week. Speaking of which, you're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn, independent listener supported radio. Thank you for your listeners, Radio Free Brooklyn. Your support keeps us going. We'll read more of that later. Okay.
I was like, you could do that. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, do some of it. Do the second paragraph.
Second paragraph? Yeah. All right. It says, Radio Free Brooklyn donations. Radio Free Brooklyn's mission is to provide a free and open platform to our community and promote media literacy, education, free expression, and public art. We rely primarily on donations from listeners like you. Every dollar helps us stay on the air and allows us to continue our work in the community. This is important. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so all contributions are tax deductible. That's right. Taxes are due coming up
at the end of the
on
week.
Monday. Please support with a monthly pledge or a one-time donation at radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate.
You want to hit one of those?
Yeah, that was good.
Jake Jules?
If you'd like to listen to Radio Free Brooklyn when you're not in front of your computer, please download our free mobile app for iPhone and
Take
Android,
it with
available in the App Store or Google Play Store for Android.
Travel with
Radio
it.
Free Brooklyn newsletter. Please be sure to subscribe to our monthly newsletter for the latest news about our new programming and upcoming
an
Radio Free
email.
Brooklyn
Got
events.
to get an email.
You can sign up at
Get a nice email. Come on.
radiofreebrooklyn.org/newsletter.
Yeah, fantastic.
I would love a newsletter just to come right to the door. Like, here's your Radio Free Brooklyn newsletter.
Here's what's going
This is
on.
the
this
top of the
week.
morning.
This will be a segue. How much radio do you listen to? I'm including podcasts, but how
Sure.
much radio do you listen to?
I don't listen to much of it anymore. I mean, I used to love, like,
It's
I
the
grew up
wrong
in
answer for Radio Free
California.
Brooklyn.
I know.
But yeah.
I grew up in California. I would like listen to the radio every morning on the way to school. I mean, you know, I do like a podcast. I do like a serial, if you will. Serial was fun. That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that long ago. It was like 3-4 years ago.
No,
Serial.
Serial
More.
was longer. It was back when I was living in Baltimore because it
Holy
was a big
shit.
deal.
You lived in Baltimore.
Yeah, it was
that's
a big
nearby.
deal. Yeah, because like
Yeah.
a lot of people like knew a lot of stuff about the case because
Yeah.
it was something that they grew
I
up
was in
around.
DC at the time, so I was very familiar with all the areas they were
Mhm.
talking about because I lived in DC. But anyway, but yes, I would say that most of my radio listening is on Spotify to some kind of children's songs.
Wow.
I
Okay.
have a 4-year-old, so like Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars in my repertoire most of the time.
Yeah.
But also fun, catchy new hit numbers called like Watermelon Meow Meow.
Wow.
Watermelon Meow Meow is good, and I
Yeah.
recommend you listening to it later.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, so this is a couple of things. I'm going to give a shout out to, man, I got good segues happening. I'm going to give a shout out to a clown whose show I saw recently named Gemma Soldati. She does a clown show called Sleepyhead. And I went to see this with a friend at 11 a.m.
Ooh.
And 50% of the audience was children under 6 years old.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is a clown show and like modern clown. So it's
Yeah.
like there's versions of the show that are mostly for adults, but it's pretty much the same show.
Sure.
And there's a lot of adults in the audience and with people with kids or with their kids or whatever it was. And it was very fascinating to me to see. I sometimes am a little over the idea of how hip and edgy comedy has to be. I really think, we're talking about directors, a second ago, like people like Spielberg or people like Pixar, people like George Lucas who make things that any age of person can be enthralled by it. I think that's
Sure.
quite a feat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was just like, I hadn't been to a show like that in a long time where most of the audience is just screaming children, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was really great.
I mean, kids can have good times at shows.
Yeah.
They can also have meltdowns. That is true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because my daughter is 4.5 and she is hitting that stride of being adorably amazing and then freaking out. Like,
It sounds like my puppy who's a year and a half old. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
true. There's this
yeah.
like animalistic thing in
Yeah.
young humans as
Feral.
they're trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yep.
People are kind of like, "Why is your dog barking?" I'm like, "Cause he's a kid. Like he's just like a kid. He's making noise because
Trying
that's
to
what they
figure
do."
stuff
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that?
Yeah.
I hosted karaoke for many years as for a living.
Yeah.
And I don't drink, so I would be hosting and I'd be hosting like in Bushwick or Williamsburg, like in this hip, edgy
People
bar.
having drinks.
People having drinks, people having funky haircuts and the latest fashion on, and they're artists or they're, work in finance. But at the end of the day, when you're singing Nickelback and you're drunk at 1 a.m., it's really just a kindergarten class.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say.
yeah.
They're like, I just want to sing that No Doubt song.
Yeah.
from when
Yeah.
I was-
And in a way, it's beautiful. I love it because it is, especially karaoke as a way of like bringing something out of people,
Yeah.
having them lower their guard in a certain way. And, people just singing together is
Yeah. And when they like the whole group joins in because they're like, yes, this song. It is like a community moment for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge karaoke person, but like when I go, I do enjoy myself as opposed to like, why am I here? Or
Yeah, that's good.
What-
I feel like that's like the improviser's attitude.
Yeah.
Just like throw it up there and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it's like oh, you have
Stick it
to
on the wall.
Yeah, it's kind of like you have to play XYZ character and you know nothing about it. Just whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are like diehards who like they come and they're like, here's my Frank Sinatra song.
Yeah.
I've been waiting all week. This is when I shine.
Oh, and there's less of that than you think. At least from what I've seen, there's not a lot of. There are ringers who will show up and be like, "I'm gonna blow this thing out of the water," but it's usually less satisfying than everyone thinks it'll be.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually like the person who's gonna get up there and belt it out and be flawless, and for the audience, like everyone's gonna enjoy. Like people are gonna go crazy. But somehow it's not going to be as good as the person who's like half in the bag and just kind of slurring through a No Doubt song because they love it. It's often not as satisfying as that. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
We've departed very far from the story of Free Brooklyn.
Again.
Because I actually do want to hear the story.
20 minutes in now. We're like, we'll get there, man. No, but no. So I'll just
we're gonna get there, dude.
I mean,
we're gonna get there.
Right,
just chill
relax.
out, calm down, relax, chill out, calm down, bro.
Just get your snacks, all right? Just get your snacks.
Get your snacks. Just get a couple snacks,
guys.
man.
I'm ready to go. Let's just get into the car and go.
Did you check out these pizza flavored Pringles?
Dude,
you gotta check it out.
They're flavored. They have different pizza. There's a pesto pizza flavored Pringle.
I mean, this is tasty. Pop it.
Guys, if we don't get back into the car, we will miss the eclipse.
Guys, I went to the restroom and the hand dryer in there, I was like, is this sci-fi?
Simon.
Is this science?
Oh my God, I had my hands in the hand dryer. Were we touching hands?
I couldn't tell. I was just in a bliss.
Okay, guys.
Oh, cool.
Hold on,
I just stood there and remembered my mother.
As we've gotten closer and closer to the pathway of totality, you guys have gotten much stranger.
We're on a road trip.
We're just vibing.
We're just vibing in this rest stop,
Come on, Nathan.
man.
We're vibing.
I think the
Let's
eclipse is
vibe.
having an effect on you guys.
I mean, look at this. Look at how
Listen, we have to go to
look at how we're moving.
We have to go to the Citibank conference, and we decided to take an extra couple days to drive there through the Southwest, man. But we're the same old guys.
We're just us.
Yeah,
It's Dustin and Dorian.
We're popping and locking
It's
and
Dustin
popping these
and
Pringles.
Dorian.
I've
Have you ever read the Bhagavad Gita?
Of course I've read the Bhagavad Gita, but why are you popping and locking? You hate music and dancing.
Oh man.
And you hate this job. You guys are, every time we get closer and closer to the eclipse, your personality is changing.
I think hate is a strong word. I think I haven't been able to understand how this aligns with my essential humanity.
Whoa, that's deep, Simon.
Whoa, when I look at you, I
see.
It's like in
the circle of totality.
I see an iguana, but it's neon and it's full of love.
Wow.
That's the yerba mate sign lit up behind her.
Whoa.
Okay. All right.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we are changing.
Okay. How about we all just get it back into the car? We'll pay for our snacks and then we'll keep driving.
Okay. We'll pay for the snacks. Oh shit. I don't have enough money to pay for these snacks. And I've eaten all the snacks.
It's all right.
I'll pay, guys. I'll pay. It's fine.
All right.
I got this.
I was going to try to pay with my shoes.
Yeah, I saw. I saw. All right,
God.
scene.
All right. Beautiful. Okay. The story.
We're going to get there.
Yeah. Yes. Ready for Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Tell us what you know. I want to hear about the art stars.
Art stars, my friend. Art stars. Yeah.
Set the scene for us.
So Robert Pritchard and Tom Tinney, I met them at an art scene that was called Collective Unconscious, which was on the Lower East Side. And this is like 2003.
Wow.
And prior to that, Robert Pritchard owned a space called a Surf Reality.
Yes, this is a very famous place I've heard. I don't Collective Unconscious. I don't know as much.
Collective Unconscious was kind of like it was a theater space that would run these open mics that I would be at with my friends Faceboy and Rev Jen. And they were on Sundays and Wednesdays. Oh, if I mess that up, I'll lose my Art Star card. I hope I got that right.
It's okay. It was only 30 years ago.
It was just a blink ago. Anyway, but
what year? Say the year again.
Well, I started going in 2003.
2003.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this was going on prior because I'm not sure when Surf closed, and people would ask me often, like, "Did you check out Surf?" And I was like, "No, I like just missed it."
Oh wow!
So I think it like closed in 2000 or 2001.
Yeah, I think this was like a late 90s thing.
Yeah. And so I missed it by a couple of years, but yeah. So it was just a really amazing. Like my friend Rev Jen ran her open mic, and everyone always got a 10 afterwards. Like it didn't matter after it finished. It could be like the weirdest
They were doing ratings.
Yeah. It was just everybody afterwards would just go 10, and we would all like it. Anybody in the audience.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it was just really supportive, and you could like literally do stand up, or you could go up and just like eat a hamburger. There was just a range of randomness that would happen
at these open mics at Collective Unconscious.
Yes. And so then Collective moved, and the Bowery Poetry Club opened, and everything started to kind of shift over to the Bowery Poetry Club, which is really where I was hanging out a lot. But Robert would come in, and Rev and Faceboy would do shows there too, but then it was the Odebra twins, and they started having their open mics on Monday nights. And that's where I met my husband. He was the sound guy at that open mic, and they would always call him Ronald. So they'd be like, "Hit it, Ronald." So I thought his name was Ronald forever. And then I was like, he'd be like, "Hi, my name is Stefan." And I was like, oh, but they just called every sound guy Ronald. That was just kind of like that thing that they did. So, but yeah. So after all of that sort of tied up, and it was all the open mics kind of dwindled, then Tom Tenney and Robert Pritchard opened Radio Free Brooklyn. Wow. It was like a few years later, but then they started to kind of have like a way to have people like those beautiful little bios said that we just read out, like a creative way for nonprofit art people to come and do their thing,
I really love that, because I have always felt bummed that I missed that Art Star era. That's a very
about it.
Yeah, that's a very unique era. Like an art, it was kind of this like, correct me as I'm trying to explain what I know about this.
Yeah.
It was kind of this era where a little bit of fine art and kind of rock and roll and indie alt culture was meeting and intersecting with New York comedy, stand-up comedy. Improv was kind of just entering the scene, and sketch comedy.
There wasn't so much improv there.
Oh, a lot of sketch.
I mean, I will tell you, my improv life came from being there, but it wasn't within that scene really.
What's happening at that time? Probably Burn Manhattan. And
that's with Surf Reality. Yes, they are around Burn Manhattan, which then becomes Centralia.
Okay,
right. They are doing shows in that Lower East Side scene.
Got it.
At the same time as Surf.
UCB is like what, 98?
Yeah, and they were down the street as well.
Okay,
so there would be like sort of a camaraderie of like this sort of alt scene that was all happening on the LES.
Yeah,
and it felt dangerous and like rough down there still,
because wasn't the old UCB theater like an old strip club, right?
Yeah. And so was Surf, and then Collective Unconscious moved to an old strip club that was like in Tribeca for a little while. So yes, everything was in old strip clubs.
And who were the stand-ups around that time? And then there's also performance artists. It's all mixed in there.
Performance artists. I mean, I feel like I saw Kristen Schaal a lot.
In
I
that-
saw
okay.
Kurt.
Brunner.
Yes. I saw a couple other people that definitely felt like it came from.
This is post probably like, and they're probably even in LA at this time. Like, I'm gonna say like David Cross and Janine Garofalo is probably after them, and Margaret. They're probably LA, California.
They
people.
would be around because of the Bowery Poetry Club. Like, would just be a place that people would come to. But by that point, they're very well.
Yeah,
known.
they're pretty famous by then. Yeah.
So, and I remember like seeing Ani DeFranco there too, and I was like, "Oh my god, my '90s self is freaking out."
Yeah.
You know, like for like Little Plastic Castle, I had like on repeat. You know, that album. So see, I did listen to music. Yeah. No.
So then, how did improv become part of the mix for you?
I feel like that was like my own path because
Gotcha.
So this is where I think it's funny because I did like this guy. His name is Phil Weedo. If you're listening, Phil Weedo, still think about you. And he was at UCB doing improv, and he was like the tech guy there.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if I do improv, we'll have something to talk about.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I started doing improv like short form, not at UCB, not at the Pit, not anything. I did this with a guy called The Yes Show with Ralph Buckley, who was like uptown doing short form and had taken it over from David Shepard, you know, who was like another OG improv person, right?
I think I met him. Did he?
Ralph Buckley?
No, David Shepard.
Oh, well,
Did he do stuff with Scott?
Yeah, I mean, he like helped start everything that was going on at IO and things like that, you know.
Oh, okay.
He's like in that like Something Wonderful Right Away kind of book, you know, by Jeffrey Sweet. If you've ever read that book, it's a great improv book. It's like the first improv book
Wow.
to be read. Anyway, he's great. So
I've definitely heard that the name of that book before.
Yeah.
Wonderful, right?
yeah, it was like even in that movie, Don't Think Twice. Like they sort of reference it in that movie a bunch of times.
I refuse to read any of the improv books.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. You're your own
I've read a
improviser
few.
anyway.
I've read a few. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I think like it's all just stuff for you to drop and do what you do anyway. You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, I think there was like, my personal rationale is like I'm a very kind of like fastidious person, so I would like used to be kind of like, oh, if I was going to do something, I need to nerd out on it and like learn everything possible about it. And,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Before I ever try. And I was like, you know what? For improv, I just want to do it. I don't want to like obsess over all this other stuff and like try and learn. Like the idea of learning improv from a book to me just felt antithetical. I was like, I should just throw
Hannah,
myself
you can
into
just
stage.
kiss your boyfriend. You don't have to do these. There's a lot of charts and graphs.
I just thought I should read a book first.
Okay, a book.
I really like you. I want to kiss you, Logan.
Okay,
but
by a book, there's like a whole shelf full of them.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
have
been
room for
studying.
my stuff on this shelf anymore.
I've been studying. I want to make sure I'm doing it right.
What are all the newspaper clippings with yarn between them about?
Oh, that's the pathway of getting the perfect kiss. That's
Hannah, Paul likes you a lot, and I'm sure you guys can just figure out how to kiss.
I just think if before I kiss somebody, I should make sure I know.
Do
how
I need to
kiss.
be here for this confrontation?
I don't want it to be a confrontation, but just I'm in a very
since
small
I want
mattress.
to kiss you, you should be here.
I feel like I should.
really want to
Yeah.
kiss you.
It's just like I feel like there's too many people in this tiny dorm room.
I know and I'm sorry about the weird newspaper clippings and string. Okay, I've studied like every beautiful kiss in every movie that's ever existed, and I wanted to make sure it was as amazing as that.
Okay, are the American Girl dolls just your collectibles, or are they part of this too?
Okay, they're totally a part of it. I tried to put them together to see like if
There's a chart here with this velocity and angle with the American Girl dolls, and I've been trying to help, but I'm starting to think it's overkill. I'm also going to turn off this recording, and I'm not going to be doing a stenography anymore. Okay, I don't.
That was originally part of the plan.
I mean, I just thought
because we had to collect data,
you know, and then we could see how it compares to like, you know,
Compares
like
to-
Tom Cruise's kiss and like
Hannah,
you know,
you're a physics major and an engineer, but
Yes,
I don't
and
think
I'm-
you can apply those same skill. I don't know anything. We're both 19. I don't know anything either, but I think the only way to kiss your boyfriend is to
No.
just kiss your boyfriend.
If you hypothesize about the perfect kiss and how it can work, it will be magical.
You're wearing 2 different socks.
I have 2 different socks and I have 2 different types of lipstick on each lip.
You're sweating profusely.
I'm really hot. I'm so hot.
Okay. How about we
so
just
nervous.
take the pressure off? Let's all just take a seat. I guess we can all
Okay.
just get into our bed. And
Okay.
all right.
Okay, we can just get into
Okay.
the same bed.
This is.
We should get all into the same bed.
I don't want to be a part of this part of it.
You're a part of this.
But I can't coach you. I can't help you with this part.
I guess you are a part of this now.
You need to be our guide.
But I don't.
Okay. How about you with each hand, grab one of our faces
Okay.
and lead us together.
Just push.
You guys are both resistant. I feel a lot of resistance from both of you.
I'm
And,
sorry.
and it's
This
not being.
isn't how it's supposed to go.
This is like a Jenga board, but it's not.
God.
I feel like I'm doing a puppet show. All right, I can't do this. How was that? How did that go?
I don't think it was like a Tom Cruise kiss.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, like
I think
in the movies.
Yeah.
It was very sweet. It was also very cringy.
It did it look pretty?
Is that what you're worried about? You can't be worried about whether or not
I
it
want it
looks
to look
pretty. It has to
pretty.
be about if it feels good.
Okay. I think maybe I should go at this point.
But Logan, you're the perfect guy.
What about being in the same bed? That's a part of this too, I thought.
I'm just with a clipboard recording data.
Okay. All right. Let's all just get into the bed and try one more time.
All right.
Okay. Oh my god.
Beautiful.
Just one more time.
I feel like that was one of the most I don't know, touching scenes.
That's so
beautiful.
romantical.
I
Felt so seen.
were you guys like that? Did you have nervousness or in your first kisses and your
Oh yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Yeah. I would say I'm a very
Come on, did you not practice? People tell me practiced. Did you not practice? Is this a
No.
girl thing?
what does
I think-
practicing kissing mean?
yeah.
Like you practiced on your hand?
On your hand?
You know, like
no,
little
probably
hand
when I was
kiss?
very, very young.
I mean, I can
Yeah, I
remember
don't-
practicing on my hand.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure what I'm practicing by doing that.
Jake
Oh.
has the hand
Yeah,
up.
Jake's
is
trying to practice.
earnestly
You know, it's like a
trying.
lip. It's a lip practice, like the
Okay, yeah.
the lips of your hand.
like how much pressure I should put on the other person, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, you can see why I needed all the books.
How accurate to you was this character? And what percentage?
I mean, the practicing was the most accurate.
Yes,
That was
yes.
it. But otherwise,
Yeah.
I didn't put like data string charts.
I didn't have my first
didn't have a
kiss
stenographer.
until I was about 21.
I think I was like in college too, so I was
Yeah.
Yeah, I
about
was-
19.
Yeah, same for me. College,
Yeah.
late bloomer as well. Yeah.
Late
Yeah.
bloomer.
What
Late.
can you say?
Yeah.
I went to an all-girls Catholic high school.
Wow.
So I'm
Ooh,
gonna
okay, you have a better excuse than me.
blame
I
some of
spent
it on
my
that.
high school years playing World of Warcraft instead of having a social life. So that's what did it in for me.
World of Warcraft.
Here's the thing. I had a very active social life. I
Okay.
just did not know how.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I had all kinds of I had I guess friends that were girls. I was probably more nervous about that when I was younger, but
Yeah.
I was one of those kids who was friends with everyone.
Yeah.
But I wasn't popular. I just could get along with everyone.
Yeah.
But I learned in my adulthood that what I was trying to do when I was younger was figure out how to get to women and get a girl to like me without ever risking rejection.
Man, I don't think there's any way for anyone to know how to get somebody to like them, though. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's impossible. They like you or they don't.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can manipulate people into like seeing an image of you that's not authentic. but like the
Sure.
if that makes sense.
I just didn't have enough skill to do that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a sophisticated manipulator to like, but they're like, I don't know, it's like, there's like people that do that like will just kind of like tell you whatever you want to hear to like, it, you know,
to
just
get whatever they want.
to get, you know.
I've definitely had women that when I first saw them and first hung out with them was like, I'm not even thinking about you. I'm not interested in you at all. And that change.
Yeah.
Based on their personality, based on how they behaved, based on how they treated me, that's definitely happened to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's natural to like, as you interact with somebody and like kind of like you said, like how they treat you, you'll generate an attraction.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do think that there are people out there that are like kind of psychopathic where they are just manipulating people into like, but I feel like it's rare and few and far between. Like, this is the rare exception. Yeah.
Our human psyches are very complicated.
Yeah.
So you got the people that are, you know, a little chaotic.
In a way, like, if you could think about it, like, advertising is the way of, like, trying to trick people into loving something.
Sure.
Yeah, or making them love something.
Dude, it works, too.
So, it
works time
works.
and time again.
Like, I guess in some ways you can do it. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm like, great. You've shown me these pairs of pants 17 times on my Instagram, and I will buy them now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's happened, and it's
Have you ever, like, just been, like, letting your mind, like, wander and, like, different thoughts are popping up, and the next thing you know, you're, like, singing, like, jingles to, like, advertisement jingles, and I'm like, why? They have like it's just like literal subliminal messaging telling me to get like McDonald's right now because like right now in my head I'm like dude I'm not
like the 8 cents
yeah 3
I remember what it was.
I always think of the best jingle was the Mentos one.
Fresh goes better than Ghostbusters. Fresh goes better with Mentos, fresh and full of life. Mentos, the fresh maker.
See, it's like it's totally like hacked your guys' brains.
Yeah.
And then every time there would be like something crazy in the commercial, and they had to like overcome. You know?
The guy on the bench.
And he had gotten white paint on his bench, and he was like, "Oh no, I'll make it a pinstripe suit."
Man, that really worked on me when I was a kid. That is.
And then there was one with a car that was stuck or something. I remember there was
They
a
lift
car
the
one.
cars?
They lift the car.
I was a big fan of like the cereal commercials, like the Cookie Monster one and like the Trix Rabbit.
Sure.
Toucan Sam and his nephews. Yeah.
I feel like they don't make commercials like that anymore. I'm just gonna put that out there.
They're really funny now, though.
There's some
commercials
funny
are funny.
I barely ever watch commercials because I have an ad blocker installed on my computer.
No, I don't see commercials.
So I don't
that
see
much.
commercials that much. But
it's like for shows. Because if you're streaming, it's for watch this other show.
I've had some stints in the last few years where we had like regular TV. My ex and I we were obsessed with Judge Judy.
She's a classic.
Man, I tell you what, I would just mainline Judge Judy.
What about Judge Judy is so addicting?
Justice.
Justice is served, and she serves it on a platter.
Judge Judy gets to talk to people the way I want to talk to people. She's like, "Tell me the truth," and they're like, "Oh, come on." She'll
be like, wait. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you right now.
Yep.
I'm talking to him.
Yep.
Okay. Enough from you. Like she'll say it like that.
And if you interject again, bye.
Yeah.
And you just have to go. And I'm just like, sweet justice. Because
is it justice that you want or just the power?
But wait,
can
we talk about
the power is good.
Dark side of Judge Judy? Because didn't her bailiff have an issue?
Oh no, I don't know about this.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think her bailiff
Bird.
I don't know. I don't know his name, but you seem to know.
Bird.
Did she have 2 bailiffs? Like one changed?
Well, she has a new bailiff for her new show.
Right.
On Amazon.
Because the other guy is
follow her.
Yeah, he did something to his wife, I believe. We might need to Google this. It's Googleable.
Yeah.
Googleable.
The bailiff now needs a bailiff.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's my something implied there. He did not something nice to his wife.
Untoward. Oh, okay. Time is running out. I want to get to KidProv. That's why I brought off the Sleepy Head show earlier. Talk to me about what that is.
Yes. Okay. So, Elizabeth Keisner, a friend of mine, was like, and friends with Dana Schulman. We love Dana.
Great Dana Schulman, yeah.
Love Dana.
Love Dana.
We all love Dana Schulman.
She had done a kid improv show during the pandemic, And so Elizabeth was like, I think we should do that again, and brought us all on. So Dana, Melissa, Karen, myself, Rowena Lair, and I'm blanking on somebody else. Oh, Jenny Hill and one other person. And then there was like some people that were kids at heart, you know. So we had some non-parent improvisers. And yeah, we just did a bunch of short form. Speaking of short form.
Okay.
We did a bunch of short form, but we also did some scenes.
Wow.
I have, I guess, an improv question for you.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Shoot.
I have no idea how to be funny for children.
Okay.
And, like, yeah, like, if someone was, like, doing an improv show for children, I'd be like, you don't want me. like my sense of humor does not, they don't get it. Like,
So
yeah.
I teach improv to kids a lot
Yeah.
with my friends at Rocket Improv out in New Jersey. So
Shout
first
out
off,
Rocket Improv.
yeah, shout out my
Rocket,
friend, my
Rocket.
girl Lulu French. So kids are very smart, and they are capable of so much at improvising. And so, like, you know, and I learned this from Gary Austin, who was the founder of the Groundlings. Just treat them like adults. They'll improvise just like adults.
Yeah.
You know, it's really no different. I mean, there can be some things where you're like, okay, maybe we shouldn't talk about that. They're always obsessed with murder. I will tell you that. Kids love murder. It's like a little girl just ready to murder you.
Oh, whoa.
I'm just a little girl ready for the murder.
Listen, I don't, as a police officer, as a detective, I don't know what to do because you're confessing to a murder.
Yes, and I'm ready for it.
Hi, and I really want to be a victim. I want to be a victim.
Ooh, perfect timing.
Listen, kids, I don't know if you understand how serious this is. I'm here to do an anti-drug speech for your classroom, but you cannot.
Like a poison that you can put in a drink and give to someone?
Ooh, and then I can drink it, and then people will have to come to my funeral and say it was too soon. He had so much left.
Young people, this is a very serious drugs and poison and murder.
Right.
These are serious things. These are perhaps even more serious than drugs, but you cannot do.
Are they adult things? Can we not handle it because we're children? Because it's adult things?
Yeah, they're adult things. Listen, Officer Harrison.
Is our life not complicated that we can't understand that there are things going on in other people's worlds?
I mean, you're navigating a lot of you're learning a lot of things for the first time that I might be taking for granted. That's true. But just listen, Officer Harrison. You don't want to have anything to do with murder, poison, or drugs.
Quick, stab me.
Oh, okay. I don't know which knife to use. I brought the cleaver or the butcher.
Those are real. Please.
Yes.
Throw them at me. Throw them at me.
Katie.
You know what I could do? I could just use this little tiny ninja star.
Yeah, throw it at me.
All right, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's
Because you don't want to watch. You'd rather discover it later.
I
good.
want
That's
to
good.
not
Yeah.
discover it. I want
Oh, right.
it. If you murder someone, that they won't be alive anymore.
I hadn't.
I want you to hold this knife.
Yeah.
I don't know why I took it. I wanted to take it away from you. I don't.
Well, you could hold this one, and then you'll have two.
Your eyes are so innocent, and I don't. I'm.
Blink, blink.
The thing that makes me sad is that someday you will understand what murder is, and that once someone is murdered, they can't return. Officer Harrison has lost 7 partners.
Oh, because they were
murdered.
Some of them, yes, they were all murdered. One of them overdosed, but that has to do with drugs.
Oh, because they were poisoned.
Ooh, did you
Yes.
poison them? Were you the one that murdered them?
I would never have
Jesus
murdered
said
any of my
murder.
partners. I miss them very dearly. They're not alive
I
anymore.
thought you were saying you were missed that you didn't murder them.
No, I don't. I want very badly. None of these murders was solved.
When
The
they were
others-
dead, did you touch their dead body?
I did touch the dead bodies.
What was it like?
Was
It was
warm?
cold and
I thought
unyielding.
warm. I thought it would be warm before it's cold.
I wasn't there when they died.
Did you
I saw
comfort their
them.
families?
I did.
What was that like?
It was heart wrenching child.
I want to comfort a murdered person's family.
It's staring into an abyss that you don't know if your soul will ever come back from.
I guess you could murder me. We could just switch it up.
Again, just hand me that knife.
We could switch it up.
Right.
Katie, I don't understand how you have so many knives.
I just have a lot. I have another one.
Stop it.
Hey, I haven't shown you my knives.
This is
so many knives.
This is a gym. This is just an auditorium. I don't understand. And I don't know where your teachers are and why this assembly is just two of you.
Is that your new partner?
Don't!
Oh,
you
boy.
threw a knife at my partner. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah.
KidProv.
Yeah. I guess, I think I understand that in the concept of like improvising with a child, but if I'm doing improv for children in the audience, I can't make them laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They're very smart and they laugh at a lot of things. And like, I think, you want to avoid going blue as one might. But yeah, it was super fun. We had a great time. We sold out, which was cool, and that was
what
nice.
time of day did you do it?
So we did do it a little bit on the late side. It was 5 o'clock or 5:30. I think it was 5:30, and that is late for like
kids.
Yeah, because then you got the routine.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to get dinner and beds.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is going to be at 4, which I'm pretty stoked about. So May 19th, Saturday, May 19th at 4 o'clock at the Pit is when we'll do the next one of those.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have such interest in that. I don't know what it is. There's something about yes, I will come. There's something about that is like I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little over this, and it's funny because I'm a big snob. I like things that are I feel like quality and like forward progressive and like forward thinking.
Yeah.
But I think that you can do like, I don't see that it's mutually exclusive to do things that are interesting for many ages and to do things that are progressive and forward thinking and interesting and pursuing new ideas.
Yeah. I mean, obviously kids act. Kids are actors.
Yeah.
There's many amazing kid actors. And I think improv has personally been a lot for like teenagers and up.
Yeah.
But as a person that teaches 7, 8, 9-year-olds as well, like my daughter's 4.5, so she does a different type of improvisation, and it is a lot her and me yesing and not getting to so much because it's her way. So you kind of keep it shorter with that age group. Like you just sort of like, you're like, we're in a garden. What did we find? We found fairies. Let's catch the fairies. Oh, look, there's another thing to find. What's this? It's a fox. So you kind of keep it quicker. But she did great regardless. But teaching wise, there's a lot of the like, no, that's not what I was thinking.
Yeah.
There'll be
Did
a lot
any of the kids have stage fright, or were they all like?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Some do. Not at the KidProv show. They were all really super, except for maybe Miles.
Oh yeah.
Poor Dina. Miles was like, get me out this day.
I've seen her do improv with Miles a couple times, and he doesn't like it.
He's not into it yet. He'll get around to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And then there was one girl with Jenny's daughter, Kaya. She was like just laughing.
Yeah.
And so we just used it, She's just like, and we're like, we just laughed with her, and we made, because your job is to always
Mayor
make somebody.
Cantori, I assure you that they weren't laughing at you. You have to go back out and address the city.
I really feel like they were laughing at me there.
I'm going to be honest. I think they were laughing at you.
I spilled.
Not helping.
I spilled my water
You're
all
the DA.
over.
It's okay. You have a stain in your crotch.
I know. And then I electrocuted myself on the microphone.
That was a fluke.
It was terrible. And then I blacked out.
You're going to be a great mayor. But this accident has happened in the middle of the city, and we need you We need you to go out on the stage. And yes, I know you spilled water but while you were trying to say hello, and it landed in your crotch.
And I electrocuted myself.
I will say that the electrocution was one of the funniest things I've seen all year.
It lasted 7 minutes. We couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
It just kept going and going and going.
It was also hilarious trying to watch him try and help you, and it was I
thought I would be grounded because my shoes have rubber on the bottom.
Yeah.
Edward, it was terrible. I can't go back out there.
I honestly think that we should just double down.
Double down?
Yeah, like we should get you a watermelon and a hammer. And
you just smash it like Gallagher.
Like Gallagher?
Yes.
Straight on the podium when you get out
Mayor
there.
Cantori, it's the only way to save face.
Yeah. I think we just double straight down.
Prop comic?
I don't know. Because while you were being electrocuted, you also said out loud, and it just keeps going and going and going. I wish you hadn't said that into the microphone as you were being electrocuted.
Maybe we get you like a whoopee cushion or something too out there, some balloons, or just keep going with it.
I like rubber chickens.
Yeah, we could do that. We
I
could find
could
a rubber
embrace a rubber chicken and throw it out into the crowd.
This city will descend into madness if we don't have a strong mayor at the helm who can speak to the people
and make them laugh.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make them laugh.
What if I run down the block to the bakery, get a pie, and throw it at you while you're up there?
Oh, okay. I hear you're supposed to use shaving cream. I don't know why I know that. Because the pie is too sugary.
Well, I guess I can just go to I'll go to the bodega and get some shaving cream and a pie.
You're a clown, Mayor.
I guess. Wait, why is my nose making this noise?
What?
My shoes are so big.
I think this is the only way. We double down. Who's in for doubling down?
You blacked out your 2 front teeth.
I'm ready.
Oh my God!
Let's go.
All right, get her on stage.
Your hair is a rainbow.
And the mayor is back.
And the mayor is back.
Hey, don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm here for you.
Where was that tricycle come from? Where did that come from? A pony.
Oh man.
Oh, here's a carrot.
This is better than I ever expected.
And everybody gets less taxes.
Whoa.
Oh, she shouldn't have promised that. We got to get her off stage.
All right. Scene.
Too real.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Gosh, what did we get to? We didn't get to everything I wanted to talk about, but we got to.
Well, I got to promote Gorilla Glue real fast.
Promote it.
I gotta say it. I'm in the pit ensembles there every Thursday.
I saw some tonight. They're wonderful. Gorilla Glue, I'm sure, is also going to be just as hilarious.
We are off next week because of the solo con at the pit.
Oh yes.
Yes.
So we won't be back until the first week of May.
First week of May. So the ensembles are improv groups that have been put together by the pit that perform. They alternate, but they perform every
Students of the
Thursday.
pit. Let's even be that specific.
Yeah.
Specificity.
Really funny improv teams.
Yeah, really great. And so the one groups have been going for about 6 months, which is mine, Gorilla Glue, the artist formerly known as Crud, What If We Kissed, and Dark Money. Those are the 4 that have been going on. Shout out. I know. I got to promote my
Do
groups.
It, please.
Right? But tonight started a whole new ones. There was, I hope I remember all these. Okay. Elevator Pitch was pretty funny. They were musical.
Oh, great.
Get it?
Nice.
Get it?
Yeah.
Funny. Rumspringa. The 1% and Functionally Unemployed or something like that.
Yes. I think that was it. Okay. Quickly, Irene, tell people how to find you on the internet.
Oh, Unseen Irene at improv, or I mean at the Instagrams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my handle. I don't know, IreneCarrollImprov.com, whatever.
Yeah, and make sure you guys check out KidProv. How do people find you, Jake?
I'm at Foolish Boy on Instagram, and you can see me at the Wednesday night scene at the pit.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I'm Ralph. You can find this podcast. You can find my music at PreciousGorgeous.com, which is also my rapper name. And this has been No Suggestion. We love you, everybody.
Bam.
Yeah.